Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Winter police are investigating an attempted robbery at a local drugstore over the weekend. Winter Regional Health says it happened at Winter Family Drug on Saturday. No medications or money were taken, but there was minor damage to a window.
The rest of the Winter Regional Health campus was inspected for the safety of patients, residents, and the staff. The drugstore will be closed today. If you have any information about the incident, you're asked to call the Winter Police Department. Crews from multiple agencies were called to a plane crash at a Yankton County lake over the weekend. The Yankton County Sheriff's Office says it happened just after 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Authorities arriving on the scene found a plane upside down on a frozen Lake Marindal.
The pilot was not hurt. Officials say the plane was making a stop on the lake when its ski hit some snow. That caused the plane to flip. The FAA will take over the investigation. Quick action by some Good Samaritans saved an elderly man and his dog from the icy waters in northwest Iowa on Saturday. The Dickinson County Sheriff's Office says 5 men pulled the 83-year-old man and his dog from a Jeep that went through the ice under Highway 71 near Okoboji.
They're thanking the Okoboji store for allowing the men to dry off inside. Authorities say the driver was taken to the hospital, but both he and the dog are doing well. Investigators in Sioux Falls are looking into what sparked a fire Sunday just south of Falls Park.
Fire Rescue says it happened at a home in the 400 block of North Nesmith Avenue. Firefighters arriving on scene found smoke coming from inside the home. Crews worked to put the fire out on the main level and an attic at the home. The residents were able to get out safely before firefighters arrived.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Mundt. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Perry. Good morning, everybody. Warm day today, but windy. Wind speeds coming in with gusts over 35 miles per hour. And occasion will bring these temperatures back to the 30s for many in eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Though the clouds probably be thicker than what we had yesterday, we'll bring back a lot more sunshine tomorrow. 40s today in central and western KELOLAND, where we do have a winter weather advisory out for the hills today. 3 to 6 inches of snowfall possible there. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Well, because it's National Heart Month, Sioux Falls Fire Rescue wants to educate the public on the important role that CPR plays in cardiac arrests.
EMS educator Jeremy Robertson says for every minute that passes after someone's heart stops, the chance of survival decreases 10%.
For the average citizen, or even for our first responders, time is really of the essence, because the faster we can start, the higher chance they have of survival.
Sioux Falls Fire Rescue will be holding a free educational event for the public to learn CPR February 23rd, beginning at 6 o'clock. An 8-year-old boy in Brookings is in need of a new heart and has been approved to be on a transplant list at a hospital in Chicago.
Camden Madsen is described by family as a very playful and funny boy. He was born with a heart defect and had his first open heart surgery when he was just 6 days old, but that was only the beginning.
Just due to complications, he has had 21 surgeries total, 6 open heart surgeries. His most recent one was in July. They kind of just thought that would fix things, buy more time, and it didn't work out. He has a couple mechanical valves, and they just haven't, his heart has just been failing. So he needs a transplant now.
The family will go to Chicago next week, and doctors told them to plan on having Camden there for about a year. If you'd like to help out, a link to their GoFundMe is attached to this story here on KELOLAND.com. Well, not all pets can find their way into a loving home, but a Sioux Falls collaboration is working to change that.
Dog Days and Almost Home Canine Rescue hosted a meet and greet on Saturday for dogs who have had a hard time finding their forever home. Organizers say the event is meant to give some one-on-one time and get these dogs adopted.
These dogs aren't bad, they're not mean, they are sweet dogs, well behaved and trained, but they might just need to be in a home with just themselves.
Many of the dogs shown were abandoned or neglected. Seton says their organization will continue working to provide these dogs with a loving home.
That is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather today, well, featuring some snow in the Black Hills, the northern Black Hills in particular, given the wind and the orientation of this front coming through. 3 to 6 inches of snow could be in the works here for some of these higher elevations, but not a major storm by any means. You can see some of that being picked up on Futurecast there. Keep in mind, temperatures into the plains, really still a pretty mild forecast compared to what it could be this time of the year. 40s for highs in Pierre, Phillip, Rapid City, Sioux Falls, East River folks will primarily be in the 30s, and the wind will be switching around to the northwest as that happens. Could see some gusts near 40, Sioux Falls early this evening. It'll be every bit of at least 30 to 35 miles per hour. Now, you can see tomorrow, we start off the morning with clear skies, lighter winds too, and we should be in good shape from Rapid City to Pierre to seeing temperatures close to 50. Pierre might come up a little short, but not by much. Sioux Falls in the lower to middle 30s again. And then we're going to even have a better chance of 30s or upper 30s in southeastern Ketherland by the time we get to Thursday. All right, well, or Wednesday, I should say. Here's a look at Terry Peak. Don't forget about that snow up there today. That wind is kind of driving that too, isn't it? And you can see on our wind map this evening, Sioux Falls getting into some wind. Certainly tomorrow, though, better news on that front. The only fly in the ointment this week is Thursday. Wind comes back, some snow chances come back. We'll see how that kind of aligns in there. Not necessarily a major amount of snow, but if we do get some wind with that, that could be a little problematic. We'll continue to update that forecast. The other thing to watch, a dip on the temperature Friday. At this point, we're not really concerned about major dent in the temperature, but we'll continue to watch that little development as well. A lot of these numbers, though, even you average out the weekend, we're above normal in Aberdeen several of these days. So if we take these bumps in the road, I guess overall still a pretty good forecast. Pierre in central South Dakota, upper 40s to near 50 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday. I would expect Rapid City will be every bit of that warm, if not even warmer, with 52 expected tomorrow. All right, well, check out the details with the rest of your forecast. That's available online at KETHERLAND.com. And have a great Monday.